Welcome to the show. This is the Moon Boys podcast. My name's Theo. I'm joined today by Justin. How's it going today, man?
Wow, everything's all good in the hood. How's things going with you? Appreciate you, bro.
I'm good. Big preach, and nothing here is financial advice. We're not financial advisors. All that good stuff.
Look, we're not here to shill things. We're not gonna sell you tops. We're here to help you navigate this complicated industry. Hopefully, if you're new to crypto, hopefully you don't get too bewildered, and hopefully you don't buy any launchpad tokens, and you just start off by DCAing Ethereum, Solana, Rune, and Bitcoin, and then gradually work your way up to buying things cheap. What could people buy cheap right now, Theo? What
AVAX?
hasn't? I'm not
ETH is actually still pretty cheap, isn't it? In the
I'm
grand
not.
scheme of things.
AVAX still has a community, and it still has a sort of like, now in the grand scheme of things, AVAX has been performing terribly, and it's at relative bottoms compared to big tokens like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's really zoomed out. That's on the weekly, and you can
Yeah.
see the thesis is that the governments of the world, their debt is spiraling out of control, and you've got basically three options at that point as a government, and two of them are going to be very unpopular, and people are going to be very angry at you. For example, it's not a conspiracy. I know some people think that there are actual groups of people who are conspiring to create inflation, and like they all meet up in a room and they all say, you know what we need to do? We need to just make banking really hard, make tax really high, make sending and receiving money really bad, make property go up, make food go up, make eggs go up and then back down and then up again. You never know the price of an egg, do you? Not if you're in North America. But it's not really a conspiracy. It's just these sort of like bad decisions over the decades and years that just go on and on and on. And as a politician, you just come to the conclusion as like a central banker, you say, okay, we're going to do subtle inflation. That's going to be the way that we deal with the government's debts. And it's going to look like basically the assets that are going to go up are going to be scarce. And the assets that the pleb is going to be forced to invest in through like BlackRock's and the EU's like whole thing of stealing people's like got investments and rerouting that is it's going to be into not scarce things, okay? And there's now this rush from people who have capital to invest in scarce things. And when I say scarce things, I don't mean Nvidia stock. I don't mean I don't mean these bubbles that are due to burst. That's why Ethereum, it sounds crazy, but we in the last 2.5 weeks have seen an Ethereum-led crypto rally. Because why do you think that is, Theo? Why is Ethereum, not Solana, not like AVAX? Why is that doing the most right now?
So I guess there's this idea that the Bitcoin treasury company model was getting a bit crowded, so people were looking for other models of a treasury company like ETH or even Hype, things like that for their treasury companies. Solana is another one, of course.
What's the what's
ETH's got
the name of one of these treasury companies, or what could be a name? If you don't know a name, what would you call it if you were starting an ETH treasury company?
Oh yeah, ETH Strategies. I don't know. Tom
Wait,
Lee's company, whatever
that's a
that's
bit
called.
unoriginal. Like, so,
Yeah,
like, are you guessing why ETH is leading the rally? Are you saying like might be treasury companies, or is that something that you really think is
that's
the
definitely an
main
aspect
answer?
of it. Yeah. Like a bunch of companies are moving into the ETH treasury space, and that's been pushing up the price, I think. There's someone in the chat here. Kroger trying to make money is what it is. Making money in past 4 years, every year is record breaking. Coke says it's not bad decisions. They know exactly what they do. Help out their
No,
friends and
no,
make things
stop
bad
it,
for
stop
everyday
it,
people.
stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. It's not. It is just like every government gets into power, and the way that the bond system works, and the way that they're not. So Coke, would you as a politician, would you wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, we're going to deal with inflation. We're not gonna subtly like inflate everything. We're just gonna seize everyone's capital and tax the rich. Obviously, the rich are gonna leave the country. It's not. I'm getting a bit sick of this conspiracy tardism within the crypto community. Like it stops you from seeing. Okay, that's just my argument. I'm not with the whole conspiracy thing. I don't think. I think the World Economic Forum is a bunch of people who like to think they're important. I think that the BlackRock people saying that we need to invest in infrastructure and Europeans should. I think they have good intentions, and I just think that you have to understand people are trying to buy scarce things because they know what's coming up. They know that government bonds are not going to have the same returns. So there's going to be an inflow into things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So anything you can bet on, and Theo says AVAX, so anything you can bet on is like, that's 5 years down the line still going to exist, still be scarce, is a
Well,
good one.
if this truly is the alt season, then normally we would break the old all-time highs, right? So Ethereum looks like it had this all-time high of 4,600, almost 47.
You could look at the staked ETH price. We're probably already at all time, but if you staked your ETH and it naturally, anyway. So if this is really an alt season, well, it's not really an alt season because I'm going to answer my own question.
Okay.
ETH isn't leading the rally because of treasury companies. If you look at treasury companies relative to ETFs, it's about 15%. It's not as relevant as the ETFs, and the ETFs just decided that there was going to be a bull run for ETH. They just started piling in, and it's scarce. It's sovereign. You know, it was led by ETFs again. So alt season is typically, I think, when people on their phones, on their Coinbase app, start like pouring in a bit of leverage into BONK, into Pengu, into hopefully AVAX, into XRP, and then they sort of get like too confident, and then they start upping the leverage a bit, and
I've been there before.
it's not when you say alt season, you think retail, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin dominance went down because ETH dominance went up. ETH price went up. Solana relative to ETH, it hasn't been running the same, and it's because of the bloody ETFs. And
That's true.
what's my basic point is I don't know what my I've got my notes. I need to look at my notes. I mean, you see one like 3 days ago, they had a record inflows, and like at the end of the day, ETH has lower inflation relative to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's 0.8, ETH's 0.7. That's a fact. Shout out Burbs. Can I see the Burbs thing again?
ETFs are changing the cycle, I think, too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Big money is in now. And Coke says it's not conspiracy. Big players just play ball with each other. But yeah, you're right. Calling out that Sol ETH chart. Look, at Sol's just dying compared to ETH. So ETH's having this huge rally, but Sol's not really keeping up, right?
Mm.
So it's not all alts.
Oh, isn't it? Sol's doing all right.
Sol's okay by itself. Yeah, like Sol versus Bitcoin, not abysmal, but Sol versus ETH. This just maybe speaks to ETH's outperformance, though, right? Do you have an ETH dominance chart? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it doesn't speak to anything bad about Solana. Like I know, I know that you listen to me when I say my only criticism about Solana is that the whales have too much token and they kind of decide when it pumps.
Mm.
And you're sort of left there like waiting for them to decide it's going to pump because they can offload into any rally. Anyway,
we got to find the Amazon of crypto, the next Amazon.
Oh, fuck Phil, because
we got to go back to Phil's question.
Oh god, it's so difficult when you're new to this area to like find the right content to consume, because you can get lost in the source. I know I get lost in the source. I start talking about conspiracies and stuff, but you can join the wrong community and like you're just trying to learn like how to DCA into like the main ones and like not lose all your money, and this like Phil character. He would do a bi-weekly show, and he would just talk about the technology and the future of
Every different ecosystem, yeah.
bro,
I think he was
every
really farming
blockchain.
airdrops, right? Like he was just trying to get exposure to every ecosystem
With
to maybe
this
get airdrops.
2022 shit, I started trying. I
I
was
know.
two.
I honestly I didn't get like a single airdrop because of all that work we did. Like I did that bull run course. Like there's no airdrops.
If you're new, there's too much information to learn. If most people have jobs, for fuck's sake, DCA, Solana, ETH, Bitcoin, Rune, and just chill, bro, with all this content. But we're also here for the people who are crypto natives. I tried launching a meme on Bonk, Let's Bonk, and it was a different experience. I know that they have like a different sort of bonding curve,
Yeah.
whereas when you launched on Pump Fun, the bots would jump in and the price would suddenly go up and down right at the beginning. I'm talking at TGE. You'd have snipes, right?
Yeah.
And they've got like a new mechanism, a logarithmic curve, like that makes the beginning less frantic. It's interesting. Um, would you say the trenches are back in full effect?
I think they've been coming back. Like I had a few profitable days in a row there. I just want to pull up your what was it dump.lol chart, the 5K shitter.
Oh, yeah, it's a real shitcoin, isn't it? I was right about, but the actual thesis behind the actual meme itself,
Okay, I've
could have
got it here.
grown. Like I shorted it at 6.8. 6.8 was its top. It underwhelmed a lot of people. The volume's already massively down since
Well,
day
there was
one.
already a dump.lol website though, right? This thing.
This body. So I launched. I just sort of launched a meme on Let's Bonk, and it didn't take off. I don't have enough followers. I don't have enough clout. I had a good idea about it. It was about like I think the pump launch is going to be underwhelming.
Hmm.
Interesting concept. I don't have any money to promote it. If I tried hosting a space. I suddenly got stage fright. I started like mumbling, guys, meme that you can buy. It was a fucking calamity. Excuse my language.
Well, it's good to try though. Like I've tried launching coins before, and it's a humbling experience once you realize that you can't just launch a coin and hope for the best, and you realize there's so much more that goes into it in terms of whether it's like a community, paying the decks, hosting spaces, having a Twitter community. What else? Probably a lot of things that go into it, right?
Um, Market makers,
Bots, bot networks, maybe.
yeah, bots, maybe some videos, some meme photos.
I
It
haven't
was
really
an
dived into it too
experiment.
much.
It was an experiment. It cost me about $200 to do this experiment.
It's an all-time high.
I tried bribing you to promote it. That didn't work. I tried bribing NFT Eve. She started ghosting me. I offered Burb some free tokens. She wasn't interested. She said, "Ew." She literally like this. What's black? In other news, what is black? Like,
Shout out Esan. Okay, so let's go to Blackhole.
what's cheap?
XYZ. Have you not
Pumps
claimed
cheap.
your
Pumps
airdrop
cheap.
yet?
Like pumps. Oh no, I've not connected.
Yeah, go to blackhole.xyz/claim and then claim the airdrop and then stake it. And then if you go to portfolio, you can see like what I've done with the staking, right? So it creates like this locked NFT. You get voting rewards, and then you set up a liquidity pool. So I did super versus black, and now I'm earning emissions.
Yeah, you
And
always told me that you were connected to the AVAX chain. You do like to dibble and dabble if there's something hype.
I mean, I fuck with Elio. Like I haven't been watching Elio for a while, but I respect
He would
what he
always mention it.
does.
He would always mention it in the same breath as Solana, wouldn't he? He would say, "Oh yeah, the main ones: Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, AVAX." Yeah, Elio was a bit like AVAX, wasn't he?
No, I do like AVAX. I just don't have a lot of funds over there. But like, yeah, even that PO short we did, we were talking about AVAX. Like AVAX is one of the major ones for me. Like I still can't really wrap my head around Rune, unfortunately, but I don't mind
Look,
AVAX.
the world's changing. Invisible inflation is making your purchasing power go down. You're supposed to feel this pressure to buy Nvidia stocks, to like buy S&P. More savvy investors are getting into like other assets, and they're gonna do better. Like it's in my country, it's gonna be the last cycle where you can own your own house. Like all sorts of weird things are changing the world. What my contention is is with people who say they are doing it. Who are they? I need to understand they, bro,
The
because the
Bilderberg
only
Group.
conspiracy I know of humans that in a group are basically women. Do you know what I mean? They're the only people who are evil by design, and like we can't trust them, and we must like. But like apart from that, like who the fuck are they? Because and is if you start like maturing your mindset and saying like, okay, what can I buy cheap? What's a scarce asset that I can hold what before the pump? You know, you can get in after the pump as well. It'd probably pump again, but like um, I'm looking at AVAX and I'm thinking, okay, can I look at the usage? Can I look at the tokenomics? What's the inflation? Sometimes altcoins launch with these inflation curves that end, you know, and then you see, okay, then you can take another look at it. You can go, okay, how much staked tokens are there? All this kind of stuff. Like you see random alts pumping, and you just half the time it's market manipulation and short squeezing, and then the other half of the time there's actually something there that you can invest in and a community you can be a part of. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I saw this black hole thing, and it just sort of like I can tell it's organic. I can tell it's like just people like building on AVAX because of the features of the technology.
I
And
really like the experience of using Blackhole compared to like LFJ. Like I just find it really fast. Like if I just want to swap like one AVAX to one USDC here, let's see how fast it is. It just seemed really fast and elegant. Like there was no friction. It felt really
I
good.
remember when AVAX was $15 a few
Look at
days
that.
ago. That's great.
It was one click. There was no like approve and then swap. It was just straight in.
I'm super bullish, but you know why Ivan on Tech won't talk about this? It's because Ivan on Tech, I get a feeling like he's frustrated the bull market hasn't finished yet. Like he was so ready, like he was holding, like you can tell 30% of his portfolio is Solana. You can just tell from the way he talks about the base conference, and like he thinks there's a conspiracy of L2s against him becoming wealthy. This is what can happen when you start like oversimplifying the world and saying it's them and me, and they wanted me to take the vaccine, and they wanted me to send a photo when I wanted to send $10,000, and like he just has this like eagerness for it to all be over, for us to go back in a bear market, and he's not really learning about new protocols. He'll be like, Solana is obviously better than ETH, and he'll go on a 10-minute rant about why base chain is completely useless and Coinbase needs to die, you always get the feeling like he thinks there's a conspiracy of .eth profiles to like not make him really rich, and the only reason you would want to not build your project on Solana is because you're like with the build with like retarded or something. Like he'll go on a 10-minute rant and say ETH people are retarded. It's like, okay, but the ownership of the Solana token is centralized. So and ETH has more institutional trust. Like they're just there just is a bigger alignment between the ETFs. You're going to see ETH ETF continue to outperform Solana ETF. So either this trenches stuff and other stuff on Solana like really continues, but then also like, or you're going to see ETH ETF continue to outperform Solana ETF, which means base is going to be big. Now, what is on base? I haven't heard any news about base.
Well, like Gerhard says, like ETH's got that correlation with altcoins more so than Bitcoin does. So when ETH pumps, that kind of signals alt season, right? So that's what we've been seeing lately is the Bitcoin dominance going down.
No. Oversimplification. Because ETH's inflation is 0.7, and there's tons of stuff on other chains, and base doesn't. So I think that when it comes to some of these shitcoins like Balancer and like, yeah, you'll see Curve pump, but it's only because it was dumping for so long. Zoom out. I mean, Altseason, how do we define alt season? It's when things go 50x, isn't it? It's when you're on a podcast with your mate. Your mate just manages to convince you to ape in $1,000, and then like 5 days later, your friends made you $15,000. So it's not quite the same. Alt season's about these fucking big moves,
Well, it's
right?
still like summer doldrums, right? Like we're still expecting alt season in like November, right?
What were the big moves again? Curve finance,
Curve looks
expecting
really big.
expecting retail to jump in too late in November, or expecting like the rotation from ETH. But then you'd be moving money from your BlackRock portfolio onto a hardware ledger wallet, and then aping into something that you're probably already. I mean, all season's about these big moves. I don't believe in it.
Yeah, like I still think this is just the beginning. Like this is just the start of us turning into that final leg of this potential
Next
cycle,
November,
right?
next November,
You
some
think 2026 really?
yeah.
Maybe,
I
yeah.
think this is really sustainable. I don't see any reason for things to randomly um and I mean the biggest threat to crypto at the moment is a collapse of the US economy. And they're talking about that. We've had a lot of like news and frustration amongst the MAGA base. The MAGA base is crumbling. Trump's
Mm,
losing his support because of a letter. Allegedly, we haven't seen the letter. There was a letter that POTUS wrote to a controversial man who allegedly died in prison, with the outline of a naked lady saying, "Our secret will always be allegedly because we haven't seen the letter." But this was published by the Wall Street Journal, which is very reputable. It wasn't published by TMZ, and obviously they know that they can't really publish something in. They know they can expect unless they can defend it in court. So I just think that um, the Republicans are going to get demolished in the midterms. I don't know what this all means for the economy. Rom hasn't turned up to the show.
so a lot of people have been asking about like should they sell their Bitcoin now and go into like Ethereum, for example, stuff like that, like trying to get more risk on in terms of alts. And then Ivan's saying no, never sell your Bitcoin. Bitcoin's
Yeah, that's a good
sacred,
way to talk about it. Good way to
right?
talk about it. And we've seen money rotate out. We've seen Bitcoin survive. It, Bitcoin was due a pump, wasn't it? Really, everything else had already pumped. Gold had already pumped. So it was about time, really. What does the Clarity Act and the Genius Bill? What implications does that have for like selling your Bitcoin and buying altcoins, which I don't think you should do.
I was looking into the Genius Act. So it's about banks having their own stable coins, right?
Oh right, yeah.
So like every bank's going to have their own stable coin. This will reduce fees and reliance on third parties. So like JP Morgan Chase won't have to rely on Circle to manage their
All
own
right,
internal blockchain technology, right?
all right. See,
Because they don't want something volatile. They just want something pegged to the US dollar that they completely control, right? So it's going to mean a bunch of fucking stable coins for every bank. But all
I
these
to-
banks are being encouraged and forced into serving crypto customers now, right?
oh, I see. That's great.
Something like that, yeah.
And then the other one, the Clarity is to try and keep builders. Do you remember when the American government were like arresting devs 2 years ago? And now they're passing legislation so that devs stay in the country. Yo, what's going on with the code?
Welcome, Coke.
Oh, hey. Sorry, I have just this fast setup. I just made it home, so it's the laptop potato cam. I mean, look at Justin, that smoking belly button laying on the casting couch.
The casting couch, yeah. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a disgrace to myself.
That's the only reason why I joined in. I had to like all that unhinged stuff that you told, like.
This show is more unhinged than Dirty Turkey, and you were keeping such a straight face. Like last
Nah,
week, we had
Yeah,
this.
he
a
tried.
flamethrower.
But by the way, let's speak about the altcoins and it used to be different. I feel like the last season, like the tide raised all the coins, but nowadays, like you just mentioned, Curve, for example, we can bring in the Rune, and like they are not following the class. Of course, if everything goes up, they get the beat as well. But let's say fundamentally, if stuff are going bad, like for example, Rune, like look, it's like scraping the bottom. It's not getting
What
a
are we
nice
talking
wave
about,
higher.
man?
Exactly, it's like a bottom scraper.
Where's the pump?
There is you have to zoom in, man.
It's got a rounded bottom.
You don't have glasses. Makes sense. You don't see shit. So the thing is that it's different now. It's so we all get the like wave down, wave up. But if the project is doing good or bad, there's this like a multiplier for the wave. Look at I don't know. I just comment before PENDLE. Look at the PENDLE. It everything was trending up in the beginning of 2023, and PENDLE was just building and building and pushing, and DVL was going up and up and up, and PENDLE made 100x because of that. It's because everything else went up maybe 2 to 5x, but PENDLE went up 100x because it was building and it had this like a multiplier. And same with Curve. Everything was bleeding, but Curve bled really hard because it had a bad publicity. It was the owner got liquidated, and same with Rune. THORFi exploded, and that's why it went down. So we have
Exploded in a bad way, guys.
Huh?
THORFi exploded not in terms of popularity. It exploded in terms of it demolished.
Yeah, you can put it in which other way. It didn't kill the infrastructure. It didn't kill the THORChain itself, but of course it has now this 10%.
It was like World Trade Center Building 7. It like exploded.
Yeah, US didn't collapse, but a lot of bad stuff happened, right? Did you see the meme today? Like if Cardano was behind the 9/11, the plane missed the buildings. Did you see that?
Like a good one.
what if Cardano was doing the 9/11 and the plane missed the building? So Cardano is not delivering. It was funny meme. And actually, I actually why Cardano is doing kind of good is that I noticed that if you're a cryptocurrency that is not delivering and has like zero news, it is riding the wave quite okay. But as soon as you have bad news,
careful. You're gonna alienate your new XRP friends if you keep.
You have this downtrend multiplier. And speaking of XRP actually just last 6 months skyrocketed high up because they had this positive multiplier. I would say like this news multiplier. They defeated the SEC and now they're doing really good. So that's the main reason. So I have
XRP. So what do we call the XRP community?
And why I say this, like this multiplier, and if you have no bad or good news, you're doing good quite well as well. Is for like let's have like a Stellar Lumen. We have HBAR. They don't do shit, but they're riding the wave of XRP. So Stellar Lumen, HBAR, they're like nowhere near delivering. Guys, what was the last HBAR news you heard?
Never.
Besides that made in US, and that's
the price. Yours. The price went up.
Easy talks about it.
Who?
Easy.
Easy. Okay, it's your dog friend. Okay, but besides that,
he's my dog. Easy's my dog.
It's your dog friend.
It's my quant.
Yeah. so yeah, that's why I have to. I'm done, guys. Mic drop.
What about just launching a meme? If I launched a meme called Trump.
Memes are.
If I launched a meme called Trump Epstein Bodoggers, Dick with Bart 9000.
I would say memes are the perfect like this neutral
Peter
wave
Parker,
of the
Bush did 9/11, Kirby Pepe.
But
XRP did 9/11. So memes have the multiplier. So
no,
bring us back,
I would say
memes
are neutral. In a sense, memes are neutral. If markets are good, they go up as well. Of course, but the memes that do extra good are memes that are in like wider publicity. For example, all the memes that Murat spoke about, they tend to do better than others. And,
whichever has the attention. But which of these tokens without the multiplier, like Curve doesn't have the multiplier, PENDLE?
Every token, I would say every token has multiplier, either upside or downside. So Curve, Rune had like downside multiplier. So if a market was dipping down, they dipped way harder. And then there are like neutral tokens, let's say like HBAR and stuff. They just hang around. Like if XRP went up, they're like, hey, we are bros. We're from US as well. We tag along, although we don't deliver shit. ADA is one of them. I mean, Charles is trying to scramble, like trying to do, I don't know, Bitcoin layer 2 stuff. Like he's all over the place, like smoking the cigar and trying to be relevant.
You really have a thing against people smoking, don't you, Coke? But like, this is the thing. Crypto doesn't really have a fair market value in the same way like a stock. You would measure its like performance relative to its revenue or something. So
Oh
it's all
yeah,
about
this is
these multipliers that send the price either down or up, like news or
that's the thing with the real tokens as well. For example, Rune that has. Rune doesn't have any this like fantasy la la land. It's super easy to actually evaluate how much is worth, how much Rune is worth, because it has the dollarized APY that's quite consistent. Like it goes up and down when the markets
but
go up.
you just sort of like breezed past what I said. Like
Oh, say again?
I was agreeing with what you're saying. Like these events or news events are like multipliers, or bad,
Yeah.
either up or down. Do you know what I mean? Because it's all
Yeah.
that's where the speculation goes in that sense for most crypto tokens, and then yeah.
And the thing is, I think we're still in the in a sense like .com area. Like all the crypto still goes up, all the memes still goes up, and we haven't had this like a really strong flash out where people are going to like evaluate crypto as a businesses. Like as I said, like PENDLE, THORChain, they really bring in real yield. Maybe Ethena as well. And I think
Dexes have fees, don't they? So a Dex would have like a kind of
yeah, exactly. Dex is, but Dex is kind of let's say like RAYDIUM or Dexes that are really popular. They kind of have this multiplier again. Like if the Solana went sky high, like the RAYDIUM just followed along.
Or a feature.
And when
announces
the
a
base
feature.
when the base came online, the Aerodrome
It's the number one token. AERO
went up.
because
AERO went up as well, but now
if you
actually
believe-
base died down. And we can see from, for example, for THORChain, base is actually integrated in THORChain, and we can say base has no trading volume. Nobody wants to go out from Bitcoin to base or base to Bitcoin on THORChain. And we recently actually had XRP coming up, and the XRP has been live 2-3 weeks, and it's number 4 token when it comes to APY, when it comes to pool. So we can see that XRP, you can love them, hate them, but for some reason they have really vibrant, lively, active group of people, and that what makes the token go up as well. And of course the positive news push as well, that they defeated the SEC, and yeah, we can see that from token price.
Memes will never have this news push, and it'll always just be
memes are narrative, so they have narrative multiplier. When let's say, I don't know when, end of the year, end of the next, middle of the next year, first quarter of the next year, whenever this maybe this bull market dies down or it just pulls back, we see memes pull back the hardest. Like if normal tokens, ETH something or Bitcoin, they like go down 50-40%, memes go hard, they go 90, but they bump hard as well. So yeah, it's it's not news. But then we have those dead tokens. We can like Illuvium, or like what else tokens we have? We have like totally dead tokens as well. So this is the tokens that we should try to just avoid that at all costs.
Short.
I would not short because they're so down already. But we have like pixels are at the moment dead. Like I commented before, the GSWIFT, and then there.
Yeah, GSWIFT wasn't looking too good.
there's tokens that they don't have at the moment, at least nothing going. I'm not
Is there a
sure. I don't.
pixels chart on here?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
the kind of thing that Coke's missing. So he has a very good point. He's bringing up why certain.
I'm trying to bring up type of tokens and type of price actions.
So we're talking about yes. I was going to talk about price action. If you hadn't interrupted me within 5 seconds, I was going to get to something about price action.
It's okay. Take your time.
So, when speculating on any upcoming alt season, you're looking at narratives, you're looking at multipliers, news-driven multipliers, you're looking at the quality of the community. But the thing that can catch you offside as a beginner in crypto is manipulation. One thing I look at is like the amount of activity that happens on chain relative to the amount of activity that happens on the perps. Perps make money when people get liquidated, and when I was looking at which alts to buy before this leg up, I was looking at, for example, virtual, and you can see that basically the perp activity is making the price go up and up. It went from below $1 to above $2, basically, and I saw that what it can be sometimes is twofold. The advantage of pumping up the price like this is twofold. It's threefold, actually. Firstly, you make money when the price goes up. Secondly, you bring attention to the project by the price going up is like an advert. So Virtual's got loads of like attention, like an advert before this leg up. And then the third advantage to doing this is insiders and whales now have a high price to offload at when then a month later Ethereum starts pumping, okay, then they can start selling their virtual, the unlock schedule. So it's actually a bit of a minefield. You want to oversimplify it and say, okay, this coin might go up because it's going to have a good news thing and it's got a good community and these are like multipliers. But be careful because some tokens are already overpriced because the price has been pumped up on perps, on leverage, and then all this leverage comes down and then it's not the coin that pumps for the thing. So for example, if you bought virtual before this leg up, you didn't outperform Ethereum. You didn't even outperform Bitcoin because you got the wrong one. You thought it was the thing. It was last season's coin.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah. But when it comes to virtual, it's actually the only coin. Like when we have Zero Bro, when we have XI, what is it?
AIXPT.
Yeah, not AIXPT, this as well, but we have the
AI16Z.
Yeah, whatever, all those tokens, nothing recovered. So actually, the virtual is the only one that had some kind of bump.
But talking about it as an altcoin in a market of other altcoins, you could have been mistaken and think, oh, this has momentum. No, the price was being manipulated in the background. And Theo, to go back to your point, those are the ones we short, the ones where it's dead, the price is up for a bad reason, it's either a short squeeze or they're pumping it as an advertisement. Those are the ones that we try and short, medium term.
Mm-hmm. How's the Gerhard community going? Have you been active in there?
Okay, what's going on? Is that Matthew Smead in the chat? No. Okay, so his latest trade that he announced was a short of, wait for it, BONK, and I immediately jumped in and said, Gerhard, what are you doing? Like, BONK has serious momentum right now. Mm-hmm. Like, have you considered the buybacks? And he replied to me and he said, okay, but buybacks sometimes. He said, I'll look into it, but like, I thought the whole idea is that we're shorting tokens that inflate, like obviously the move relative to ETH short, that's been doing fantastically.
Sorry, can I stop you there? Like, BONK just like 2 weeks ago, or whenever they launched their launchpad, I feel shorting tokens that just had their like eureka moment. Yeah. It's really it's so hard. Like imagine when imagine when virtuals did its first 20x, and then like, oh, it's so up high, let's short it. It did another 20x. So that's why take stabs. Take a stab at tokens that are weak. We have so
Move.
many.
We have so many. We
Move
have so many.
high. Or old school tokens. Take a stab at tokens that's actually weak, I would say. So BONK is like you're kind of like asking for a blue eye.
Yep.
Black eye.
Black eye. For you, it's black. For me, it's blue.
Okay. Estonia.
Let's fucking go.
Right on.
So, for example, like Sonic, when Sonic launched, it was outperforming everything in the beginning of the last year, and now it's doing nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it had its eureka moment, and I was like, "Damn, I missed this in initial pump. Should I go in? Should I go in?" And I never went in, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, makes sense." It just had this token migration from Phantom to Sonic, and it had this small eureka moment. And now, has Sonic done anything noteworthy?
Not that I've noticed. I totally offboarded off of Sonic like 5 days ago. I gave up on it, but it does have this nice rounded bottom here, doesn't it?
As long as it hasn't taken out the high on the left you have on there. It's so it at the moment I would say it's we see high, lower high, and now even lower high. So it's
rounded bottoms, like a bit of a guess, isn't it? But Theo,
rounded bottom has to have breakout as well, because on the left side, like before the white line, we had rounded bottom as well, but it never took out the high on the left side. You see, we did this rounded bottom almost.
Yeah, and then a big drop off right there.
The thing is, if you're new to cryptocurrency,
from there, yeah.
If you're new to cryptocurrency and you randomly stumbled across our thing, firstly, follow us on Twitter, like join our Discord, just interact with us on Twitter, and then maybe we'll let you in the Discord. Yeah,
I think Theo has Discord down below. I did revoke my Discord because it was like we had these random people coming in, and I want to say I kind of want to keep this environment.
Don't
safe.
worry. Imagine I never said Discord. Yeah, interact with us on X. We're pretty open. We're pretty active on X. Okay. Here's the thing, right? These alts, they can keep going down, but then if you start comparing them to Bitcoin, they're going down forever.
10x.
Like some of them. Most, exactly. And to Theo's question about, I joined this community called Gerhard Pro, and I learned how to make sub accounts on Hyperledger, and I think since he opened his vault, I think it's up at like 2%, which is obviously pitiful in a bull run. Do you know what I mean?
Sub accounts on Hyperledger.
On Hyperliquid, I learned how to let's say I've got one short position. Well, you can only set a stop loss. Well, I learned to contain like each relative valuation play into its own sub account, and it's really easy to do. And I just create a sub account, and then I'll, for example, short Sonic relative to Ethereum, and I'll wait for a good entry. And then if that blows up, like if there's a massive short squeeze on Sonic, well, firstly I've set my stop loss. So if Sonic goes up 10%, then it will just close the Sonic thing. You know what I mean? And I have to keep going back to that every 2 days. And
you should actually maybe next week you should make a tutorial how you short tokens against BTC or ETH. Yeah, because you have been speaking about this last 3 months, and I think like when it comes to USD terms, taking long shorts, it's way harder than against BTC because most of stuff like
This is the first time I've heard about the sub accounts thing you're talking about. That's really interesting.
I think you should do a.
That was worth $100. Just I don't think I would have stumbled across sub accounts by like looking at the menus, and it's quite good.
Yeah,
I know sub accounts, but I feel like for me at least when I think about sub accounts, it's like I have one account 100 USD, I have another account 100 USD, and they all have their own. Let's say I go all in, so it's like
Isolated margin.
isolated margin accounts, exactly. So it's not like overflowing to your whole stack, but
It's like having isolated margin for a relative bet. It's quite good. What were you going to say?
You can have like a logic between them, or how do you short against ETH?
You buy ETH at the same time as you open the short position.
But if everything goes down in USD terms, you can liquidate your both accounts.
It doesn't go down that quickly. It's not that volatile, is it?
Let's say I want to short Sonic against BTC. How would the structure look like in your accounts? Do you long BTC, short Sonic, or it's Fugazi and it's just blowing some dust in our eyes?
Well,
assuming
that Sonic has positive funding rate, you're going to get paid for.
Wait, we are not speaking about funding arbitrage. We're speaking specifically the price action.
So we don't want to blow up the count, so we don't use too much leverage.
I mean, funding is different. Funding arbitrage.
Okay, I understand. So what's your concern?
I was just thinking,
to not blow up the account.
I want to short Sonic against BTC. How would you do it? Is it possible?
Well, it's a great idea to begin with. Like for people listening, the reason you would do that is because you're getting rid of the delta. You're neutralizing the delta. Crypto moves up and down together, and at this point, you're not just betting in dollar terms Sonic will go down. You're just saying relative to a coin, relative to BTC, which has much less inflation. Exactly. So I'd open a long position at the same time as I opened a short position. I'd open a long BTC.
The problem is that if I open long
leverage, how much leverage?
Let code cook. Let code cook. I think it's a bit pedantic, but let him cook.
I think if I open like 10x long on BTC and then short on Sonic, I feel like if the both prices go down, then I can get liquidated on BTC as well. So I lose both trades. Wait, I don't know.
No, because Sonic you've made money on the Sonic, so your overall balance on
maybe. Anyway,
well, doesn't have Sonic, but can you show me the sub accounts thing right here? Like we're on Hyperliquid right now.
More in the middle at the top.
Okay.
Right
more leverage.
Create sub account.
More gambling.
More increase.
So what do we call this balancer?
Sleep.
What are we going to short?
Profits.
What are we going to short?
Let's short. Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, wait, let's see. Let's take a look. Let's focus. Wait, guys, let's take these 5 minutes just to focus what to short.
Stablecoin. Can I speak? Stablecoin dominance on the hourly is entering an uptrend. So this is great. Let's look on the hourly for an entry.
I would say, for example, VeChain looks shitty.
Have you mentioned a coin that's not available on Hyperliquid? VE? How do you spell the token?
The VeChain?
Yeah.
I think it is like VEC. No?
No, it's not available.
Oh, Jazz. What is available then?
So many. AI16Z is available.
IOTA?
Okay, AI16Z.
IOTA is available. Bingo. And it's up 8%.
IOTA.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the recent pivot from going the SUI, the programming language, whatever they are using, it doesn't help them. It's THORChain.
Cool. So we've got some FUD here from someone we trust with the code.
No. But the thing is, it's THORChain after the cycle. It can go up 10x.
Oh, you can't create a sub account until you trade $100,000.
You've not traded 100,000.
I've only traded 23,000.
Oh my god! Well, there's always a catch, isn't it? But I mean, let's look at the chart. Let's do ETH relative to IOTA. Can we use ETH as a hedge because I think it's more closely correlated to
IOTA?
No, but I mean, is that okay with you, Coke? If we use ETH as a hedge, is that right? Or do you?
The thing is that I feel like ETH is going to run harder than BTC at the moment.
Yep. It's doing good. They haven't.
So that's the problem. We have the B. It's like we should learn the skills now, but we place the bets in next 5 months to years. So
You
we have a
yeah.
lot of bad coins. I just stumbled on one. It was the Beam. I think Super again. I don't know. It's just like Elliott coin. It's like, I don't know, bro. What do you think of Super? Honest, like what was the recent news that you heard on Super?
Super's moved to AVAX chain now.
Oh my god, we have this guy in the chat, Matthew something, like Matthew shithead. He says short Rune. No. Oh my god, he's so rude for some reason.
He when he opens his mouth and then he says something rude, and then you get
pure garbage.
You get this little disappointment, but then you get this deja vu of like, oh, I remember the last time he said something rude, and it's like, oh yeah. Like, not surprised, just disappointed. Or yeah,
classic Spanish person.
No, I mean the volatility is going up on the hourly. IOTA relative to ETH is dumping with volatility increasing on the and the 4 hour. It doesn't look so good.
We have so many like
Desos. Oh, the 4 hour. Do it on a 4 hour.
Desos is I'm like I have to say Desos is one of those coins that will go even lower in this cycle. Although it pumped yesterday, like let's say it went from 6. It pumped 50. No, actually, okay. Desos last 7 days pumped 100%.
You'd have to find,
but it will go zero. Like you cannot have a token that is on the F1 ads and you don't have nothing. Desos has nothing. Like we don't hear nothing about Desos.
There's no activity, but look at the chain activity, and you can just
added on F1, Counter-Strike, all those like
XTZ bears in shambles.
XRP is pumping for reasons.
Look at XTZ. Look at Tezos.
Tezos is pumping.
Yeah, it pumped. It pumped 100%, but we have to wait till the end of the market, and it's safe. It's safe short.
Why do we have to wait till the end of the market? Why does it have to be safe? Listen, Coke. If I make 6 relative valuation shorts, and one of them blows up, and 5 of them are profitable 33%, why do we have to wait till the end of the market?
Why do you short anything on the bull market? That's the thing. Why do you short anything on the bull market?
Because look at the constant chart going up. If you put ETH relative to shitcoin, the volatility is low and the performance is good. What do you not understand?
I don't compute. Can you explain in London?
So we're looking for low volatility bets that perform well, and we don't need to wait for the end of the bull market because we're having a different type of bull market, and alts are not doing that well.
Altseason.
Sure.
Just getting started.
Sure. I mean, let's see. We have to hold the bulls every week. It's I don't want to be shorter of any coin at the moment. Like this was had 100% last week, so it doesn't matter if I had 2x or 1x.
One coin did good, but like normally we get these legs up and then we get cooling down periods of like either a week or 4 months. Do you know what I mean?
Mamma mia! Up to you. Justin, but put the Justin up in front and let's listen up. Let's Papa Vanga speak.
So why try and find the needle in the haystack? In terms of like the thesis for alts really is that we can come up with these tokenomic systems where the devs, the insiders get paid off, and the inflation that overall there has to be $500 million of fresh demand for altcoins for the price to remain stable because of inflation. And
it is like get hard mathematics or something you're spewing out. You didn't come up with yourself.
Get hard mathematics.
Yeah. You didn't come up with
Tokenomics.ai, you can look at the overall token unlocks for a week
We
and
can
their
look,
dollar
but-
value.
We just read about
Tokenomist.ai. I finally found it.
GetHardTokenomics.com.
Okay, how do we use this website? It just looks like a bunch of ads. What am I clicking on?
Have a nosy around. Have a mosey around.
Crypto market emission. Okay.
Yeah.
Found it. That took you long to find, didn't it?
AI and AI agents.
Let's say I try to find a common ground with Mr. Andrew, also known as Justin, Prince Justin. That's fine at the moment, since it's like it looks like it's starting to be altcoin season. We should focus on the strong coins. So I would say let's focus on the coins.
It's going to be some kind of narrative that you didn't see coming. All the insiders are going to be talking about it. You're going to be away from YouTube for 2 weeks. All your favorite podcasts are going to suddenly start talking about some crypto shit you've never heard of, some token you've never heard of. They're going to make crazy money in the space of about 3 weeks. They're all going to get in early on some chain, some meta, some narrative that you can't comprehend. And then you're going to turn up. Then you're going to turn up 3 weeks later, buy the thing. Guess what? Big dump. You're poor. So why
but let's take the BONK daily up. Maybe Theo Su.
Yeah,
let's take the BONK. Let's see. Let's look what the RSI is doing. Let's take a look of that. Maybe BONK daily RSI.
Time to short BONK. It's overheated. Look at that.
Ooh, I'm trying to look. So you don't have RSI there.
This is good. This is better than an RSI.
But can I have RSI as well? Just so I know where
Bro, you've really pissed me off now. Like everything I say, it's not it. Look, it doesn't matter what it is, right?
Hey, Justin, take your meds.
Hey, listen.
Take your meds.
When memes came along, everything you fucking say is so disrespectful. When memes came along, right? Forgive me, it took me like 2 months to understand like why it was different from this and that. Then I jumped on board, big crash. Then you find out that like there are token unlocks in memes. Whatever it's gonna fucking be in terms of this alt season, the fucking
meme usually don't have
whatever the 20x narrative is gonna be, it's gonna be pre-mined. All the influencers are gonna be told about it before, and they're gonna be sent tokens before. You're not gonna be invited to the party.
No. Trump, Melania, everything, BONK, everything. Of course, you find out about those tokens when party is over. So that's why, like, let's take out the.
I found out about Trump at the party.
You did, yeah. Okay. You were lucky to be live.
I was live with Rom.
Yeah, exactly. But actually, you were still the bottom scraper because the people who really farmed millions and billions.
Good point, Coke. Good point.
They actually sniped. So you were.
Melania, it was the guy with the crazy outfit. The guy looked crazier than me. The Melania guy, the fucking RAYDIUM guy.
Yeah. So okay, let's be honest. Theo didn't eat the shit, but you were in the middle. You were not in the call with Trump and like, hey, we're gonna launch this. You were not in call with that guy. In that sense, we are still. We have to be honest. We're still the retail, so we are reactive. Because everybody who launched the token, they're proactive. They are going to launch, snipe, profit. But we are reactive. We see something comes from the market. And
good point, Coke. Good point. So
in that sense, of course, if you're reactive and you can react like fast enough, or you're lucky to react in correct time, you have a chance to have maybe 10x. But it's super like imagine you have this Trump token coming up. You will not go in like $100,000 and then make 10x and then take your like life-changing money. You just maybe $100, whatever you do, or $200, and then you're still in the mercy of like how high will it go. So I think we're still in this reactive boat. We are not proactive. So that's why we have to look
as retail, as the people that like they want to dump on us, bro. Now I'm the conspiracy guy. It's so fucking retarded. Like everybody who's an adult is buying scarce assets they know are going to become more scarce. They're buying property, they're buying gold. We're talking about some narrative that doesn't exist yet. We're saying there's going to be an altcoin season, and we're trying to prepare ourselves mentally. Or how can we get in early on the... Well, obviously, you can follow influencer wallets. You can try and copy trade influencers. You can see what
It's
they're
so
up to.
hard.
It's
Because-
really hard.
Yeah, but then imagine like you're trying to follow the Trump initial sniping bot accounts. They're fresh accounts. They make a fresh account. They seed it from the Coinbase or whatever exchange. They have insider info. There's no way that we could track them. So
Theo, did you make money with gaming tokens?
Made money with Super.
Did you make big money with NFTs?
Bodoggos, a little bit.
are rich. Let's cut to the chase. I'm kidding.
I think you guys are both richer than I am.
So yeah, when it comes to markets have been changing so much, there is really hard to, and even let's say there's people who are really profitable traders, they switch their accounts as well. People are smarter. Everybody tries to be going. Everybody for whatever reasons they want to go under the radar. They want to hide their accounts, wallets. It's not like back in days somebody had like 1,000 days. Exact
A
same
lot of the stuff you're
address.
saying is very interesting in the last 5 minutes. Theo, do you find it offensive when I get like animated and angry?
I think it's going to make for really good clips this time around. I'm going to run the whole stream through Opus Clip, and we're going to get like 30 clips, and we're just going to spam YouTube and get like thousands of views.
But can you do us a favor? Can you not put them on Instagram? Like, I'm trying to not get kidnapped out here, so just no TikTok, no Instagram, please. From now on.
Got it. Yeah, got it.
I mean, you can put them on Instagram. Can you not tag me, please?
I won't tag you.
Don't tag me as well.
Don't tag Coke.
Anyway, yeah. So the proactive for us as a plebs, it's out of the question. So we can actually see opportunities that have been overblown and come down with the race, like with the virtuals or stuff like that. Maybe with the BONK in next future. So
Theo thinks AVAX might be a value stock. Coke definitely thinks that Rune is a value stock. It's about scarce things, and it's about slowly descaling into scarce assets as they try and like introduce inflation that is invisible and shit, and as the influences are sure that they can convince retail traders like us that we're going to make money on the next like alt narrative. Fuck off, man. What, at the expense of who? So like if I think some of the stuff Coke is saying is really interesting. Like if I tune in to 3 crypto communities and I start like pumping up the next narrative and the tokens they talk about for whatever the fuck it is, right? Am I not like engaging in corruption? Like, are not all these tokens pre-mined? Are they not all pump and dump schemes? Like, I'm literally at that point, I might make money. I might get in like halfway and then do a 5x. Brilliant. But like, how much money have I stolen from other people? Like poor people. And they're saying, are they not all scams? Are not all coins? We need a new way of releasing these fucking tokens.
I mean, if you have, Justin, if you have your own cattle and you 3-5x the kilo of the meat, like you can actually adjust the price of how much you want to rob the person. Like it's just the markets, how it works. It's not about robbing. It's how much you.
No,
can
but
get
I mean,
out of it.
like, but by like pretending altcoins are this benevolent thing that there's no value creation in a lot of these altcoins, and also a lot of people lose money on them, and then a lot of like.
True.
And I just don't like it.
It's Wild West. It's still Wild West.
I think
no gatekeeping. Everybody can come in and just lose their minds and money.
Wild West, but then with actual humans like who are pretending that they're like offering their securities, and like if you create a token like you are going to get paid because we promise, it's demoralizing and it's immoral behavior, and like I get why Ivan on Tech wants this bull one to be over, because it's a bit cringe at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Like and yeah, alt season is when like things 50x. Like we're not having.
I know you live in a nice place, Poland, and if you pass by a shop and you see like a homeless person, do you always tip him, or you pass by every now and then? It's the same thing. It's demoralizing. There's no justice.
But they're promoting these things like investments. That's different. That's like taking someone's money that they want.
But the same thing. Government is saying that come work for government, and it's a good thing, long running job. It's not. It's as long as this is the thing keeps going. This kind of power structure. There's no safe.
That I disagree with myself with. It's like the altcoin market cap is only like 310 billion, which like relative to like a company like Flying Tiger or Honda, it's like such a small market cap. And I can see altcoins like with the stable. I'm going to completely contradict myself now, guys. Stable coins are going to fucking blow up crypto, and not in the bad sense. They're going to blow up crypto in the fucking good sense. Like this.
But I understand actually why you want to say you contradict yourself, because the environment has been changed. Back, like, let's take 3 years back in the day, and we would say like stable coins didn't have any chance. But now how the environment has changed. It's I guess like US maybe is trying to find a way, mint the stable coins, offload the debt. Now I can see, okay, yes, it has a future. So, and this is actually I will have a short spin back to Rune. Do the not the last stream. I mean, not the this
15
this
minutes later.
Not this week's live stream that we had, but like a week before, and we had a huge debate. Like, should THORChain have his own front end? And like 7 years ago when we started up, but I wasn't there then, but when THORChain started up, the idea was like, we are this backbone, and everybody will distribute our technology. So we can have this guacamole, like if like you shut down this website, boom, we have the Thor wallet, whatever, right? But the environment now is not hostile. And other front ends are actually.
It would be so nice. Like if
other front ends are actually including the NEAR and Maya protocol and other centralized routes to have those swaps. So now for THORChain, like we cannot be this like a backend, because other people are using like less safe routes and our prices. And there's no reason that we shouldn't have our front end now, because now.
Am I right in saying that when I go on THORSwap, I might be going a different route than actual?
Exactly. You think you go on a THORSwap, you think you're using THORChain, but actually you're using NEAR protocol, and NEAR is using centralized entities to outbid the swaps.
The basic problem with Rune, and it's like 60% of the problem, is I can't onboard one of my. I tried onboarding NFT.
Yes.
And she was like, right, so I'm on this website. Is this the right token? And she was talking about a fucking token that was a DEX token.
Yeah, and like, Thor token most likely. That's the issue. Like if I want to like promote THORChain, and I want to say like, go there, use THORChain, and I will send him to the front end, I lose control. Like I don't know what kind of front end is what kind of route the front end is going to quote. Whatever is like, maybe it's going to chain flip our competitor or whatever other. So
I want something in the middle, right?
The point of the discussion is that we have to adapt to change. Then why if the environment changes, we have to adapt.
And when I tune into the spaces, I can see that there is hopefully in the next few months like some big some changes to like which front end people go to when they first encounter making a swap from XRP, for example, to Ethereum on base chain. Let's say XRP, they log in, they see some new narrative on base chain, and they just want to like do a little bit, but they don't want to go through a Binance because they're so rich now, the XRP community. We don't want some notification or like, we have seized your funds, Binance, please tell us like where you live, whatever. They want to go decentralized under the radar into base so they can like just fucking ape some hairy new narrative or whatever. But Can they do that in a way that isn't complicated for them, doesn't spin them out,
At the
doesn't
moment,
scare
they
them?
can't. It's complicated. So that's the
This
thing.
Rune is in the middle, okay? You've got Base, which Ivan on Tech hates because it's not Solana, and also Theo had and Coke. You also said it's a bit dead. It's dying down a bit. It's not dead.
It is.
And then you've got THORChain in the middle, which have just onboarded XRP, and there's a little bit of excitement. There's a little bit of positive vibes, and then you've got Solana, who are a little bit complacent, right? They're a little bit like, we are going to own the next leg. Oh, look at Let's Bonk. It's like introduced this new bonding curve and it's so much more fairer and memes forever. I love casinos, yeah? So we're looking for tokens in the middle that aren't dying and they're not complacent and arrogant. Just things we can DCA into as because we see that others fucking, it's been going up 8-9 days in a row, bro. Altcoins have been, it is a kind of alt season because for multiple days in a row, alts have been outperforming the market. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, they've been growing in value, and it just leads to this bullishness at the end of the day.
So my point is that even if you like start up with some kind of philosophy, the world around you will change. So you have to adapt. And same, THORChain has to adapt as well. We had this idea, this dream, like we are just this back end. Nobody knows about. Everybody will distribute us. Nobody knows. We just do this awesome stuff. Everybody will use us. And it turned out it's not going to be like this. Everybody want to fight with like text aggregators, wallets want to fight for the fees, want to fight for the best routes for the users. What is the best route for the user? It's up to you. Some say it's the decentralized safe way. Some say it's like you're gonna save like 2 cents. This is the best one, but you have the risk of getting your funds seized. So this is the idea that THORChain. What I like in the last like couple of weeks as a protocol, we have evolved. We understand the situation is different. And now going back to your question, same with the stable coins. That's what we thought about stable coins 3 years ago. Like, dollar is going zero, euro zero. Nobody cares about stable coins. It turns out stable coins came in. They started adapting or using blockchain technology, and they're back in their relevancy, at least more than they used to be. So we cannot just let them go. That's how it is.
I think the ETF for Ethereum has been massively successful in the last 2 weeks. I think Solana's next up. I think Let's Bonk as an answer to pump funds like crazy, sniping first 5 minutes bots getting in there, and the other community mechanisms they have to like keep things positive. Like we could see fucking $400 Solana before like November, probably. I think that Rune, every time I log into the Rune, the THORChain spaces, I think that we could start seeing a recovery at least to like 3, maybe 6, like before November. And I think AVAX AVAX likes to be stupid volatile, but Theo says he's having a good experience on Blackhole. I think we could see like $35 AVAX in the next like 2-3 months.
Let's see. I'm not that deep in the AVAX. We can continue discussion next week.
It's the next Amazon of crypto.
Word up, I think so. Jeff Bezos here signing out. Is that the end of the pod?
Yeah, let's wrap. I think we already hit our final thoughts, right, guys?
Yeah.
Cool.
The environment changes.
But like as regards to Coke calling me fat, like commenting about my belly, like saying I'm Prince Andrew, Rune is a shitcoin, don't buy it. Look at the performance relative to ETH. Stay away. Don't buy Rune.
If you're first time on our podcast, stick to BTC. Easy as that.
Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks, Wizard. Thanks, Coke. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Don't buy Solana either. It's a shitcoin. Bye.